非常好咖，好咖就起来，好飞不间断。Hello guys, I'm Wei Liang from One Half Coffee Roastery and also Try Up Coffee South Asia. I'm a Brewers Cup champion last year.
Hi, I'm Nas from Falcon Coffee Asia, and I'm the Brewers Cup champion this year, 2025.
So I started my competition journey in 2019 and the result was quite bad that year. I got DQ because I didn't call time after the presentation. Yeah. After that in 2022, I competed again in Barista Championship and I got second place. The year after my MBC, I was helping Aaron and Jaden for their Brewers Cup and somehow I got inspired by Aaron and Jaden. Last year I signed up for Brewers Cup and I won the championship. Yeah.
My first competition nationals was in 2019, MBC. I went to the finals that year, but ended up sixth place. And then I competed again in 2020, same year as Wei Liang, and then I didn't go through the prelims as well. And then after that was COVID, 2020, after the competition, after nationals was COVID. And then 21, 22, 23, I decided to rest for a bit and try to help some other competitors because the reason why is I want to understand the competition better and relearn about everything else. And then actually when I competed in Brewers Cup last year, it was not the plan. The actual plan was to go back to MBC.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Also go back to MBC, but that year I was just joined Falcon, and then because I know I cannot commit, I won't have the time to train 8 hours or 6 hours a day. So I decided to just get the feel again on stage. So I decided to go to Brewers Cup because initially I thought that it would be easier, but it's not. Yeah, I mean, like most barista competitor, they think that Brewers Cup is much easier, right?
It's not easy.
Yeah, it's not. It's totally not. So I competed in 24 in Brewers Cup, and then I got fifth place. So obviously Wei Liang won that year. And then yeah, this year I came back in Brewers Cup and I finally won title.
Congrats, Nas.
Yeah, I mean, like Wei Liang hasn't explained why he went to Brewers Cup.
Okay. I think it's quite simple because I always compete in a barista competition. As I mentioned just now, I was helping my colleagues to prepare for their comp, and somehow they kind of like changing my perspective with more detail and a different approach in brewing coffee. And it makes me feel like maybe I should try. Yeah, maybe I should try before I give like a impression that the comic is like boring. I used to be thought the Brewers Cup is boring. Used to be.
Good try. Good try. Good try. No, actually, the funny thing is, I met Wei Liang backstage last year, and then we talked about this.
Yeah.
Like, how does it feel, changing from MBC to MBrC?
Yeah.
Right. So, what I'm trying to say is that not everyone should change to Brewers Cup.
It's true. It's true. It's not easy, to be honest. Yeah. But I'll talk a little bit about like what is MBC and what is MBrC. Malaysia Barista Championship, or we call it MBC, is actually the contestant need to make 4 espresso, 4 milk coffee, and 4 signature drinks to judges within 15 minutes. And then for Brewers Cup, we have 2 categories. One is open, one is compulsory. For open service, it's similar with barista. We need to serve 3 filter coffee to 3 judges. But for compulsory, everyone have to use the same equipment, same coffee, same water, and that one is more challenging because you cannot like really prepare for the compulsory. That part is the challenging part.
Yeah, I do agree. I mean, for Brewers Cup, compulsory service is the hardest part, although it only contributes around 25% of your score.
Not sure.
But yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's very hard. It's also fair. I mean, like for compulsory in Malaysia, we have to use the same thing. Everyone has to use the same dripper, the same kettle, everything is the same. So it really depends on how you manage your recipe and your system on stage, because you only have like around 38 minutes to prep everything, and then you have 7 minutes to brew the final 3 brew for the judges. For compulsory, it's more a battle of skill, knowledge, and system. You have to have a good system of how to calibrate one coffee within 38 minutes while cleaning up and, prepare for the next 7 minutes. I really hope that they will implement this in barista as well.
But I think the barista comp itself is quite challenged because whatever you prepare in the shop might taste different on stage because the water and the machine is different with your shop.
Yeah, I think all the competitors are aware that whatever you brew on stage won't be like perfect, but what we all aiming was to brew the best that we could on stage during that 45 minutes. But I have one question, right? I mean, a lot of people were asking me this question, so I want to ask Wei Liang.
Okay.
How does it feel when you win?
You mean the moment on stage or like after the event?
The moment and the day after.
So for that moment after the announcement, right, it was quite blank, I would say. I was waiting for the announcement. I think it's like about 1 minute on stage. But to me, it's like I really went through 10 minutes of waiting. It's just blank, yeah. And then when they did the announcement, I was like, so did I win or lose? Yeah, it's totally blank, yeah. But after that, like I would say when I when I realized that, okay, I was the winner, I'm like, oh shit, man. Like, finally. I mean, it's my first time competing in a Brewers Cup, but my whole team actually went through like a lot of competition, and those year the result wasn't that good, wasn't what we expected. Yeah.
But you guys did second place Aaron before that, right?
Yeah. Because it's my first Brewers Cup, to be honest.
But what was your expectation?
I only want to get champion. Because I prepare a lot, practice a lot, and also I have confidence with my team as well. I just need to do my part, and then the rest is, I would say, very good. Yeah, the preparation is like well done. Yeah.
But your coffee was good that year, last year.
Yeah. I remember I was fever for the whole week. Yeah.
During competition?
During competition and even before that the whole entire week. Yeah. So I was quite unmotivated and quite upset. It's like you can't really practice a lot the routine because maybe 1 or 2 rounds after that you feel like tired and no voice at all.
Okay.
But after the semi-final, right, I saw Dennis, Sean, they are really try their best and then like I would say very hardworking.
Yeah.
Especially that year, their style is a bit different. Yeah. So it makes me feel like I can't give up because those senpai, right?
Yeah.
They are really like trying their best.
Yeah.
And I need to do my best too.
Yeah.
So for final, I try to use all my energy on stage, and then after that it's like
that's why you blur on stage.
Yeah.
I think every competitor has that journey, right? During competition, something will happen.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you compete enough, then you know that it won't be a smooth journey. Yeah. It's never a smooth journey. You ask any competitor, they always have like problems, or not problems. I mean, like maybe issues with their prep. Whether it's coffee or it's setup, it's a team, or their dripper or equipment or anything. Yeah, I think it's
Forgot to bring coffee.
Yeah, last year I had that issue as well because the preparation was, I feel like it's not enough, and I had like dry mouth throughout the whole week. Not throughout the whole week. I think 2 days before semi, my mouth started to dry, so it's very hard for me to pronounce everything. Until like 2 days after competition. Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's a mindset, right? I mean, like as a competitor, during the last week, it's no turning back point, right? You can't do anything. You just make do with whatever you have and then just do your best. But I do agree about that part where, when you compete, especially with the seniors, right? With like people like Dennis, like Sean, you will be motivated actually on stage. When you see them, and especially like this year, right? When I saw Dennis, because I didn't watch his presentation during semi-final. So I only watched his presentation in the finals because I was the first one. So I get to watch everyone else, right? When I watch his presentation, I really feel like Dennis is very good this year, like very strong. Right, totally different person, So I know him, but Dennis is always up there, right? So there's nothing much to say. I mean, but he did improve a lot, if I can give a credit for other competitor this year, I would give to Dennis. Yeah, Dennis, if you're watching this video, no, I'm kidding. Yeah, I mean, like he will be a different person next year if he come back.
I think we're away from the topic a little.
Yeah. And then about worlds, right? I mean, like I did talk to Wei Liang.
Wait, I have to ask you, like, how you feel after the competition? Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, the whole week was a bit like roller coaster for me. I mean, like you can see from the result, right? I mean, like during prelims, I was only fifth, I think, this year prelims, and then semi-final even worse, like sixth, and then only in the finals, like I get to cover everything with my open service. To be honest, during the first week, 1 week before, so we gathered the whole team on the 26th, so about 4 days before competition. And then we had some issues with our coffee. So basically, the aftertaste is not so good, so clean. It was a bit bitter. I mean, we had that problem until the finals. So I was quite worried, to be honest, but because I came this year with the mindset to win, to be honest. So I really want to get the title this year because this is my 4th year competing. And before I register my first competition in 2019, I told my wife that, I need 4 years in competition. She has to give me four tries in the nationals. So I really feel like this year will be my last competition, my last nationals. I had that mindset when I registered the competition this year. So when I came with that kind of start, with a rough start, with the problem with coffees and everything. So it was quite a setback for me mentally. But I kept telling myself that, I need to trust the team because I think the team that we have this year is very strong. So I just let them decide whatever they want to do with the coffee. So I can just focus my mental for the presentation because at the end of the day, I mean, like competitor, we just have to prep ourselves to be on stage, right? And then during the first day, compulsory, some issues happened on stage. So one of my brews stuck on stage. And then, so I know that my compulsory score is not going to be high this year. We are looking at maybe, 3rd to 5th place for compulsory.
Okay.
And then after my compulsory, after we got back to the apartment, I was so down actually. I was like, okay, I'm not going to make it this year, right? So after all the struggle and because of that compulsory round, I was like so down. I think I'm not going to make it. But I kept telling myself, right, I mean, what else, I have nothing to lose now, right? So I just have to give my best for open service, right? Just make sure there's no problem. So I kept telling myself like, there's only one thing that I kept telling myself for the whole week. If you want to be a champ, you have to act like a champ, right? So if a champion face this kind of problem, what would they do? I mean, like, they would just whatever, right? So I'll just score higher on open service. Just make sure I lock that final spot, right? So I try to, I kept telling myself that, I just have to make sure I score my open service high, to make sure I got the final spot. And then it happened. I mean, like during open service, something happened as well. So I forgot to prep one thing on stage. And then, and that thing keep haunting me until during the announcement, final announcement. So it was so funny because I thought I'm not going to make it to the final. I was like, okay, this is it. I'm not going to be in the final this year. And then during announcement, I was standing next to Aaron and Manchong on the right side. And then first name announced was Manchong, right? So there's only me and Aaron. And then during the announcement, they kept announcing names, right? So because I was so stressed that moment, so I couldn't hear other names. The part that I hear, the last one was when they said we are going to announce the last finalist for 2025. So I was like, oh shit, it's not my name. So I was like, and then I look at on my left, there's Aaron, June, and Taryn. So I was like, I'm not gonna make it. I was so down. And then when they announced my name, I was actually quite shocked. I was quite shocked, but also at the same time, I know my ranking should be either 5th or 6th.
Because of the compulsory.
Because of the compulsory. Yeah, so I already have like expectations, right? So, I mean, after that moment, after the announcement, I was like, okay, then I know I have to do even better for the finals. How am I going to do even better for the finals? And then, luckily, when we got back to the apartment, the team said they got the final calibration. So they got the recipe right. Now the coffee tastes even better. I tried the coffee, and I was like, okay, now my score will be better for the finals. So it really boosts my confidence for the finals. And then I just kept telling myself that, I can make it. I can make it. Yeah. So I just have to make sure, just trust the team, trust the calibration, and go on stage and do my best. Because I think maybe a lot of people was wondering, because every time before my presentation, I always close my eyes and, during the song playing. Last year was a bit different. Last year, what I think when I closed my eyes was more about my family, so about my kids, about my daughter and everything. But this year, when I closed my eyes, I think the only thing that was inside my head was actually the same phrase the whole week. If you want to become a champ, start acting like a champ. So at that moment, I was like, okay, this is it, right? The coffee is okay. The coffee is good. Everything was good. Everything was good before the final. So it's only me, right? It's only me, and I have to trust the presentation and the concept that we're going to bring this year. And luckily, when I brew on stage, the only thing that I can remember was the aroma was good. So I know the coffee brewed perfectly on stage. Yeah. So, and then after that, I just hope that the presentation was enough to impress the judges. Yeah, luckily, when they announced, during the announcement, I was like, to be honest, in my mind was Dennis. I know either me, Dennis, or Penny. This is how I look at the ranking, top three. Yeah, based on the presentation that I watched.
Sorry, Manchong.
sorry, Manchong. But then I know if I can make it to top three, it will be me, Penny, and Dennis. Right? That's what I have in mind in terms of ranking, because I really hope that I can be top three at least this year. Yeah. So when they announced number three, when they announced second runner-up, they announced Dennis. I was like, oh, okay, now one more step, right? One more step. So when they announced Penny, that moment, it's hard to describe. I think it's the same like that. I mean, like you have nothing to think about, right? Yeah. It feels like all the worry just went out through the window, right? So it was a good feeling, not a bad feeling. I mean, I'm happy actually mainly for the team. So because everyone worked so hard, right, to be there and to get the trophy. It was 2 years. This is my second year working with the whole team, John, Mendy, Shaf. So, I mean, this is the list that I can provide, right, the win. What else? It was good. The next day was even harder to digest.
Good air, right?
The next morning was good. It feels very good. But I think even at this moment, it's a bit hard for me to digest that I'm the champion. I mean, like, we've worked for a few years, right, for the title, but when you got it, you don't even know what to do with it, right? How to act on it, right? So yeah, I mean, it's good.
Because Nas talked about the team, right? Actually, to be honest, without the team, right, I don't think I can make it to the final or even won the championship. Yeah. I think the team is like really important. The competition is not about an individual thing. Yeah. You need like a roster and then a coach, assistant, and yeah. I think like without them, I won't make it. Yeah. Thank you to the team.
Yeah, I mean, that's number one. I think that thing I learned from 2019 after competition. So during 2019, I share the same training space as Aaron Pua.
Okay.
Yeah, in Artisan, Sentul.
Mm-hmm.
So after competition, and then because I was training alone the whole time during the competition and everything, and then after competition, I met Aaron when we were packing our stuff to leave the space. So Aaron told me that, if you are going to compete again, find a team. Because a team is very important. Because if you compete alone, you are so trapped into your own mindset and your own thoughts. So you can be super biased with whatever you decide for your competition, right? And competition is about scoring. So, I mean, it's not about, you go up there and just talk nonsense or whatever. It's about scoring. How can you score better? You have to be very objective on stage, right? And it's about scoring your coffee and then also scoring technical, about scoring your idea and presentation. So I think coffee competition is a sport at the end of the day. You need a coach, you need someone. If you can get someone to massage you, that will be even better. No, I'm kidding. I don't have anyone massage me. The important part is also experience at the Worlds. I mean, it's a very good topic because I don't have anything. I don't know what will happen, right? And no one knows what will happen at the world. Yeah, I mean, like maybe you can share your experience.
For me, right, the world stage is totally different. Before that, I was quite chill because I prepare everything. I practice a lot. But the moment you went to the event hall, and then they start calling name, but it's not your name, your country name. Yeah. From that moment onwards, it became like so nervous for me because I was like, okay, just chill, just a briefing, you know. But when they call like every country name, that moment onwards, I was like, okay, it's not about me, it's not about one half. I'm representing Malaysia.
Yeah.
That moment onwards, it makes me like even stressed. Yeah.
Even more stressful.
For sure, you will have the same feeling after that.
Yeah.
Even the preparation table behind the stage, they only label the country name.
But how was your journey during the prep time? I mean, this is also an interesting question, right? How are you as a barista? You do shift and then you also do some part in try up and then you are also competing. And at a world stage, like how can you manage your time?
To be honest, just working every day, for sure. But then, because unlike other country, Malaysia, we have like 1 year, the whole 1 year to prepare for a world stage. So the first half year, I just do a lot of pop-up and bar takeover. And I think that helps a lot because first thing is that when you went to a different country, different places, right, the setup is different with different water, different equipment. So you need to adapt very quickly. And definitely that helps a lot for me to prepare for my world stage. Second is I met with a lot of people and then we kind of like learn from each other. Also, I got like new brewing perspective, new approach, new coffee knowledge, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, it's a good opportunity for me to taste like coffee from different people around the world. Yeah, because you need to compete in the world stage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of like need to understand like how people brew their coffee, what kind of style they brew their coffee, their preference, and so on. Yeah.
The preference, right? Trying to understand the
Yeah.
global preference of coffee.
Yeah, before that I was like just brewing coffee for customer.
Yeah.
So that one is more like depends on my preference. But when it comes to world stage, I think it's good that to travel around and do more events. Yeah.
Yeah. Understood. No, because sometimes, if you look from outside the competition, right, it always seems like, competitors, they have their own time to train, they train so long.
Yeah.
But, I mean, a lot of people also forgot that, we are not business owner, right? We are also a staff. So we have our daily job to do, but we also have to squeeze in training in between. And then we have partners, to take care of and talk to as well. So I think, and that is also important. Competition is not our only thing that we do in life, right? There's so much thing that we do in life as well.
Right.
So to manage that time and focus and commitment, it's not as easy. It's not as simple like, Nas win this year and now he's going to focus 100% into competition, into Brussels. No, it doesn't work like that,
We need to make money for world stage after our competition. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like we have to eat, right? We need our salary. We need to keep our job also intact. While performing with our job, we also have think about our competition. So it's taxing.
We need to make money and pay back to our boss. Yeah. Thank you, boss.
Because company also need to make money. I mean, like that is quite interesting. And then how about the journey going to Jakarta?
Yeah, so after I done with all the bar takeovers and pop-up, right, I focus on just script and my presentation.
Okay.
Because for me, after the national, the presentation and the script for me is like my weakness. Yeah. Okay. So I spent a lot of time to design the script so that I won't feel so awkward during my presentation. Because brewing street coffee is quite simple on stage, but how you deliver the message through manual brewing, I think that depends on like how you design the whole presentation. And I believe the script is like very important.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did you do anything different prepping for Worlds compared to Nationals?
For national, I think national is not so difficult during the preparation.
Yeah.
Because everything is like I prepare like in advance. I just need to memorize the script and then refining the recipe. Yeah. But for world stage, right? Before I fly to Jakarta, I invited like some of our Malaysia judges to watch my routine and give feedback to the coffee. And after that, it's the same day that we need to pack and go to airport. So after that, I got a lot of feedback from them. Like I know that I need to change the script and coffee recipe as well.
But you use the same concept, right? Nationals and
It's
Worlds?
I actually write a lot of script. This is like maybe the 10th version of it.
Okay.
Yeah, but before that, I actually want to talk about brewing temperature, the brew weight temperature.
Okay.
Then I change again to something about customer service.
Yeah.
Then I change back. Eventually, I feel that the best one still the national one.
Understood.
Yeah, but I
Understood.
change it with like a different approach. The core idea is the same, but the approach is slightly different.
I think that's the hardest part. I mean, thinking about Worlds next year, I mean, the preparation for the concept, I think this whole 10 minutes really, caught me, trying to think about whether should I use the same concept or should I change, but also because the thing that is stressing me is, I believe, the gap between me and other champion, I think is quite huge in terms of like skill and coffee knowledge. So I'm trying to think of where to start, right? So I know that, at the end of the day, we have to unlearn everything and then learn again, relearn, right?
Yeah.
But where to start is always the main question. You don't know where to start. Like, I want to start, but I don't know where to start.
I think we can always start with taste coffee from those world champion or champion from different national, and from that you have an idea like what kind of coffee you want to serve for competition. Your personal preference is not always your preference might difficult to score during the competition.
Yeah.
So in order to do that, for me, it's I need a 50-50 and at least something that I like to drink every day. At the same time, it's like, okay, this one can score. This kind of brewing style, this kind of coffee experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how you ended up with the Totumas.
Yeah. I mean, the Tautumas is quite good. Just the, I would say if for my own coffee, I'll brew it like even lighter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I get to taste your coffee, right? After you got back from Jakarta. That coffee was good. I mean, like, Totumas is really good.
Tautumas is good.
Totumas is good. Approved.
When I arrived in Jakarta, I went to Jakarta 10 days before the competition. Basically, I just practice every day. The moment I wake up until I go to bed, non-stop. Yeah.
Just presentation. The whole day.
Try coffee as well, of course.
Okay.
Refining the recipe. We roast coffee there.
Okay.
So non-stop practicing until you're tired, but still keep practicing. Yeah.
That's what happened, guys. We practice all the time. Every second is practice. I don't feel nervous going to the Worlds.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yes, not yet. But because, I mean, in my mind, winning the nationals is always the goal, right?
Yeah.
You never think about the Worlds because you cannot imagine what's going to happen because everyone is a champ. Everyone deserves to win the Worlds. Like, no one is short. Everyone is capable of doing something really good on stage. I mean, like, for me personally, I always try to come up with something for my mental health. Before competition, before I commit into something, I always have something in my mind. Like, what is the thing for this round? Like I said, for this year nationals, what I kept telling myself is that, if you want to become a champ, you have to act like a champ. Until I reach that moment where I get that thing for my Worlds, I think maybe it will be just like this. Right? Try and do, improve a bit, maybe 1%, 2% every week. Try to find something, get some ideas. But, also at the same time, you have to work and stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's no expectation for the Worlds right now, but of course, there's a lot of expectations externally.
For sure.
We are.
No. Why I say so is because when I was in Jakarta, almost every day I receive like texts from friend, customer, colleagues. They text you like all the best, like we believe in you, you can do it. I mean, thank you so much. It's really like motivate me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like I was going to bed. That time is around 1 o'clock at the night. And then I received like, my God, we believe in you, you can do it. And then another text again, 加油. Good luck, all the best. And then I was like, maybe I should practice more. So I wake up from bed, I practice another like few rounds before until I really like cannot do it. I go to bed. Yeah.
Okay, understood.
And also because I changed a lot my script
In Jakarta?
In Jakarta, like a lot. I changed a lot of my script in Jakarta because we think it's not good enough to deliver the message.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And every night when I go to bed, I just pray that whatever I memorize today, I will remember it tomorrow. The moment I wake up, right, I just hope that today we won't change any script. Yeah. It's like keep repeating the whole week. Yeah.
In competition, I mean, when you are at that high level, right, one of the things that is really hard to do is to make judges or audience feel what you want to deliver. I think a lot of competitors are missing that part. I think personally, because our role as a competitor is about presenting, right? So how are we going to deliver that message? So everything else besides presentation, most of the time will be handled by the team, right? We have a coach, then we have someone to help us cleaning all the stuff, then do calibration and everything. So the hardest part that I learned for the past 2 years was how to deliver the message properly, because people thought that it's easy. You just take one concept, you elaborate it, and just deliver on stage. But what people always miss is that, or people don't know, maybe most of the time, judges cannot relate to what you are presenting, right? Even though you feel like, this is the best topic that I can talk about, this year, this is like very personal to me. But sometimes that personal stuff is hard to relate.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's more than just a topic on stage. So it's about what does your concept contribute to you as a brewer or to coffee or to the industry. Personally, when I went this year with this concept, my initial concept was different. I wanted to talk about flexibility in life and also in competition and in coffee. But then when I talked to my coach, and then he said, it's better if I go with evolution because of my experience. That's what people can see from me, from outside. When people see me as Nas, it's that growth, right? So I was different back then, last 2 years, and then I was different this year. So how are we going to deliver that? Because that would be the first impression when people see me on stage, and also, from the judges side, and that kind of stuff. It was hard for me at first to like really digest this concept because I don't really feel it, right? Because it's someone else's feel it.
Okay.
So they saw that in me, right? And me, personally, I don't really see that because I always think that, I'm the same Nas. Of course, I improve a lot in terms of brewing, but I don't see that it's such a big thing in me, right? But people see it, so we went with that concept, and luckily it works. So judges really feel it. They can feel the energy and the emotion on stage. So yeah, I think for the competitors out there, if they want to do something different, if they want to really improve, I think that would be one of the main thing to consider of when you go to competition. And do you have any other advice?
My advice for competition is like, if you want to compete, just register. Don't think so much. And if you think that you might want to compete again, just register. And if you think you need a coach, you can find us maybe, right? Yeah. But anyway, I always believe that competition is competition. We as a brewers or barista, most importantly, that we need to serve end up just back to our lifestyle. We need to back what we do daily, serve good coffee, and then talk nicely to customer, be humble, try to help other competitors, just like how my team tried to help me last time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is important, really, really, really important. Because when I said that phrase, right, if you want to become a champ, you have to act like a champ. Also, a lot of people, when they want to compete, they don't change I'm not saying that, you cannot do bad stuff or whatever, If you want to be a champion, imagine yourself as a champion and how are you going to behave outside when you talk to people, when you talk to customers. You have to imagine that. And by imagining that, you have to start doing it from now. You will only change once you become a champion. So as a champion, what a champion would do, they will talk nicely, they will represent their company nicely, right? They will brew good coffee, they will treat their customers properly. So if you want to become a champion, this is what you have to do now. You don't have to wait until you become a champion and then you do this, right? So because, at the end of the day, people can feel it. People see you, people can feel your aura, right? People can feel how you present. Your lifestyle is actually your training ground. For me, personally, because I think without that personality, without that behavior, it's a bit hard for you to deliver on stage. Because when a lot of people, also me also back then, when we went on stage, we become totally different, right? We try to portray that, we are the best barista here, we are the best brewer, but you cannot deliver that character instantly on stage because it's not you. You have to change. You have to be that ambassador before you compete or before you go on stage, so that on stage it won't feel awkward, right? Let's say if I know you as someone that is very, maybe unprofessional outside, and then suddenly you become very professional on stage. It feels awkward, right? That energy is not the same. It's not the same person. You are not the same person outside of that stage. It's a bit hard to deliver. So lifestyle is important. You have to live the lifestyle that, you imagine if you become a champion.
Right.
Representing the company, I think is important as well, because at the end of the day, it's not just us, it's the company as well. The company contributes a lot in order for us to go and compete, not just, financially, but everything else. The team will have to cover your shift, and those kind of stuff. So you have to behave, right? If you want to become a champion, you have to behave. Do what's best for the community. Try to share as much as possible. Try not to be involved in whatever is happening. With all this social media and everything, right? There's a lot of things happening. Try not to be involved because it will distract you as a person. Because at the end of the day, what we want to achieve is we want to improve, right? All this work is for excellency, right? So we want to excel in this. If you are too involved or dwell in all this drama and everything, it will stop you from thinking how to be better as a person, as a competitor, or as a brewer and everything. So try to focus. We all very focused on competition, because competition, like I said, is a sport. So if you are not focused, you will be behind while you are doing something else. Other competitors are improving themselves, whether technical or skill or presentation or whatever. So yeah, that will be the first step to become a better competitor.
When it comes to personality, I think what Nas say is very important. I think be more open-minded.
Be more open-minded. That is the one thing. Yeah, very open. You have to be very open, accept everything, consume everything except for drugs. Drink more coffee, experience more coffee. That is very, very important, because in order for you to get what is good coffee, you also have to drink bad coffee. There's no such thing as bad coffee. There is always a coffee that you can learn from. That's what I believe. In terms of skill, if you are a barista, so make sure you use every moment you serve your customer, every moment you brew at the shop as an opportunity to improve your skill. Always have that kind of mindset. I used to be a barista as well. At one point, it just feels like a work, a job, right? You just do everything on automatic, right? You just go punch in, clock in, and then just do coffee, calibrate, serve coffee. But I think that is also a good opportunity for you to learn more, experience more, taste more. Because I'm not a barista now, right? So I get less of that opportunity. But I really want it. But also at the same time, I don't think I can handle it anymore.
Yeah. Start getting old.
I think it's age factor as well, but I do enjoy serving customers and talk to people mainly, especially sharing experience as a competitor. At the end of the day, what I want to see is how far we can go, right? How far Malaysian can go in the world stage.
Shout out to Regine.
Shout out to Regine. It's not easy. It's a really good job.
We're still trying our best.
No pressure to other champs. We need to do better next year.
Maybe some of us we didn't manage to enter final or we didn't won the championship, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, to be honest. I mean, there's a lot of competitors. They've been competing for so many years, and I believe one day their chance will be coming.
Yeah.
Just don't give up, and I mean, even you didn't enter final, like it doesn't mean that you are serving bad coffee or whatever.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, I think it also kind of like timing and luck. Yeah. It doesn't mean that you can't brew a good coffee or
It's not
just
your
like
time
that.
yet.
Yeah, just not your time yet. Yeah.
It's not the time yet. Yeah, I mean, like, of course, not just us, right? I think a lot of world competitors, so world finalists,
Yeah.
they only won their first nationals after 6 years, 7 years, right? I think Wataru, 7 years, if I'm not mistaken. One of my favorite competitor, Lam Butler, 6 years in the nationals. Only he won his first nationals and then straight to world finals. It's not a one-off thing, you know?
Yeah,
So
you don't have to feel bad.
Yeah, you don't have to feel bad. I mean, we didn't pass prelims also. We experienced that also, you know. So, of course, you will feel bad at that moment, but also that should be your motivation to do better next year. Like I think as a competitor, we always talk about scoring. You know, just make sure next year when you come back, you are ready to be better and you will score better. I always look at competition that way because every time I compete, I want to be better than the previous year. So I use my scoring from the previous year and then I just try to make sure that I score better.
Improve.
Improve better. Shout out to all competitors. You guys are crazy. No, I mean like this, because truly, right? I think the difference between last year and this year, I think this year is very, very competitive.
Everyone did very well.
Yeah, everyone was crazy on stage. Everyone did so good. Everyone had good team. You see all the finalists, they all have their own team and they are all very experienced and the team is very experienced, the coffee that they use. And I always believe like when you reach the semi-final and when you reach the final, anyone can win. You know, you cannot say that because it happens, right? Doesn't mean this year you go to the finals and next year you can still go to the final. No, right? Because everyone will come and try to challenge you, right? And try to be better. So, and cannot everyone be better and everyone will be in the finals, right? So only 6 people will be in the finals. But at least if you are better than the previous year, it's already an achievement.
I guess that's all for today.
Yeah, I think that's all. That's all for today. Yeah, so actually today we are at ground floor. I don't know whether they can see the name. Yeah, we are in Taman Melawati. So shout out to ground floor to accept us and to do for a shooting here. And this is not even their cafe. This is like their pizza place.
Okay.
This is their pizza shop. So their cafe is upstairs. You guys should come. They do good coffee as well.
Thank you, Nas. Thank you, you guys.
This is a very rare video. You know, you won't see Wei Liang footage out there besides his competition and this video.
You're not wrong.
非常好咖，好咖就起来，好飞不间断。